Legion marches.
Welcome back to Total Warhammer 3 and Part 6 of our Plaguefather SFO Grimmhammer campaign. In today's episode, I have a feeling we have had far too little chaos in our chaos campaign so far, so what we are going to do is have Kugath here, and we are going to charge over and both attack this Western Province's caravan, and also betray the Chaos Dwarves and Pigbarter who have left their homes so woefully unguarded. This is going to make us the enemy of just about everyone nearby, so we're going to want to hunker down behind our oozing walls after this, but we are going to start up the fight. I did recruit in a few more troops. We've grabbed just a single unit of the Great Axe Infantry. I want one to kind of act as the guard for Samoth here. And this is going to be adding you all, my subscribers and viewers, into the battle. So we've got 32 of you for now, but we've got the guild here as our Great Axe Infantry. We'll upgrade these guys up to the Chosen when we are able. We just don't have any in the pool just yet. Let's take Kugath and let's start some problems. Yes, we're going to go ahead and declare war. No one that he is at war with can actually side with. Oh, the northern provinces are coming in. Sure, we're about to be invaded by all of the dragons.
No.
Bring it. The northern provinces, join them.
1,000 lifetimes.
Never in 1,000 lifetimes. We'll just see about that. They fight by themselves. We're going to fight this one out. That way we don't lose too many troops. And we get to find or at least see ourselves our first battle against the Cathayans in quite a long time. Let's grab the Gleaming Pendant here and add it on over to Uncle Frunkle so we don't end up losing our Great Unclean One anytime soon. And straight into the fight. We have so many fun tools to tear this army apart with. Let's go ahead and set up the 3-round burst cannon in this valley here. Kugath, I want to make sure, is up front, holding the line from all that nonsense there. Then we'll have the Exalted Plague Bearers behind. We're going to let them waddle all the way on over to us whilst completely coated in plague. So let's set up the Hounds of Decay up on top of this hill. Flies of Rot, Beasts of Nurgle, and then we'll set up heroes kind of just hanging out around Kugath himself. I want you back because you're going to be a little bit more fragile than Kugath himself. He's only got 9,000 health as opposed to 22,000, so we can take a few of the shots from the lanterns and be just fine. In SFO, they do give the lanterns a few more models, so they're quite a bit more dangerous than in base game. So let's go ahead and set up Nurglings in the forest. I'd like to do it on both sides if we can, so let's go ahead and set them up in the forest. Then the normal plague bearers can just kind of hang out behind. We're not likely going to need them. Baron's Bog up on top of the hill, and the guild back just to do some healing for the battle here. You aren't going to notice this skip at all, but I am going to jump up and turn off the ceiling fan. I start to swing aggressively and it's picking up on the mic, so I will be right back. Alright, now that that is sorted, let's go ahead and just chuck the last of these guys into their units. Get this battle going. Gather around, children. I want to see how much damage the 3-round burst could actually end up doing to the flyers there. We'll have Kugath going to do the same. Scoot up and start throwing at the Sky Lanterns. And I'll stay back. Here goes one of the 3-round bursts. Let's see. How many extra targets should be? Well, they still are quite healthy. Interesting. Even all of them firing on Kugath at once is really not going to be that much damage, so we'll just scoot the Plague Bearers forward a bit. Just experiment around on either side, so we'll go ahead and have you guys... We'll let the flies go deal with them. 3-round burst, you start peppering those peasant archers, and you do the same. Have you flies move in melee to turn on those Sky Lanterns. Lovely. We'll send these Nurglings up to the forest edge there. Plague Bearers are under fire. Doesn't look like it is going to matter. Go ahead and send the Nurglings out to start mauling lads from the sides there. Archers are trying to take out our flies. Let's go ahead and send in some stoppage to that. We'll send some off directly into duel with their lord, and then we'll just have these hound dogs maul some peasant spearmen. Are they going to try to brace? Oh, it didn't actually. Did they actually manage to brace? It shouldn't matter just because of the poison. They've got bonus versus large, but poison. Deal with them quickly. Barons of the Bog coming on around. No matter what you do to Pop and Nurgle, it's not gonna matter. You guys already know. Send the plague through. Speaking of plague, drop down the Chosen of Nurgle, and you should just come on through and deal with this fool here. Death's Heads come up and annihilate the armor. And we'll sit in Frunkle to do the rest. But we're blowing up our own Nurglings. Would have you guys retreat. Flies are doing a wonderfully tearing down these Sky Lanterns. Have you waddle on over to help out. Remove flesh. Those Death Head grenades are ripping the Jade Warriors apart. And now here comes Frunkle. His only disharmony. Let's give these Nurglings a bit of help. They are healing through it all just fine, though. Once again, Flight of the Valkyries plays. Just as gallant and regal as the Knights of Bretonnia. Just as effective as well. So Samoth still isn't able to duel this poor fool, so let Ugath come over here and do it himself. Bring the Plague Bearers back, no reason to let them take any damage. You get chopped right in his back. Heals for everyone, we'll slow the poor fool down and let's stop you from firing on friendly units. Could be well over very soon. Come on, Lanterns. You know you're ready to give up. There it is. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do my best to chase down as many of these caravanners as we can, and I will catch you all in a moment. Alright. Corpses, rather, to pack in the tumor packets. And we've got all sorts of infections coming out of that one, as well as all of the gold they had in their stores. We could also replenish them on up to full. For 1% replenishment, even. That'll be pretty effective for dealing with the next. It's just, that's a lot of infections, so I'm going to go ahead and snag that. Too many flies to pass up. And now, the chaos commences. Well, you guys at war with? We haven't met Rictus just yet. And I'm not willing to peace out with Imric. You're going to fight all of them at once. Oh, there's Drazawith. If we do go for this battle, we better make sure we deal with Drazawith, or this pig barter, without taking too many losses at all. Because it's likely he's going to try to bypass us entirely to go after the towers. Sneakiness commence. Oh yeah, we're the worst. And this very well might be what does our campaign end. Need a little bit of risk. Alright, so they've got themselves just kind of a typical defensive settlement. This looks very much like one of the ones from Kislev. So let's just go ahead and charge on in without building any kind of equipment, although I'm tempted to kind of wait and let Drazawith come on back over since they don't have anything fast. They do have some artillery though, and I'd rather deal with this now, so let's go ahead and stomp them on out here at Pig Barter. Alright, plus how often do we get to see ourselves fighting the Dawi Tsar? What we need to do is come on into just one of the sides here. I'm going to take this one. We are going to set all of our artillery to dealing with any explosive damage on there. That's not great. We'll probably attack from over here then, since there's only one tower that can hit us. What we want to do, also deploy some Nurglings to try to hide. Lots of weird glare coming off of the... Hide anyone over here? Here's they bombed the tree line a little bit too heavily. So we'll just deploy all of our Nurglings up. Not here. A little ways apart from one another, because that Death Shriek's going to be firing off the start. I'd like to know exactly where it's at. We can send the flies in to deal with them, but we'd like to know where they are first. Get off of melee mode, and then you will be up front there blasting in your death with Ugath. That should be lovely to deal with the two blunderbusses. Both their only way of defeating us and their best way of actually dealing some pretty serious damage. Runkle up front here. All of the big boys ready to take all of the serious beating. We will send probably a strike team around the side. Try and claim this side. Even though Nurgle's very slow, we do have a couple speedier units in the Beasts and the Barons of the Bog. We can send around the back. Same thing with these Hound Dogs here. Moth up front with everyone else. Evan the Stinky as well, and then we'll keep the Guild Whale back. Probably in charge of capturing zones and just playing a keep away for this battle here. Alright, so infantry. The speedy boys. Minus the beasts. Wait, they are not single entities in this one. I always forget. Do we have another spellcaster? I'll have to remember actually has the heals. And let's get this thing going. For now, we stay back and we'll go ahead and just actually revive units. Doesn't look like it. You focus on... I don't care about hobgobbos. Where are the blunderbusses? Here you are. Kugath, you do the same. He's under fire. It's the Nurglings up front. You guys come on back. We'll bring some of these other Nurglings to take the hits. Not sure why he's having to advance so far. They're in range. Range for Kugath as well. Let's go ahead and just have them stop. They deployed Hobgoblin? Those are blunderbusses. Interesting. Here's the Death Tree. Send them in. Deal with those guys immediately. That Death Shriek is actually going to cause some serious damage if we're not careful. Try to blast the fort tower then if you can. Go for it. Skadoosh says the Death Shriek. Oh yeah. 4 of those guys is pretty dangerous. That's the way they need to be in the main game. That is horrifyingly powerful. Have 4 towers, no damage at all. See if you can hit the blunderbuss. The hobgoblins at the very least. My arrogance is starting to wane ever so slightly. The Death Shrieks have switched to anti-air targets. Almost look like the drones stopped going forward. Try to go around the blunderbuss units. Keep dodging those rockets. The rockets are heat-seeking, but if we can maneuver well enough, we should dodge them pretty well. We're bombarding the hobgoblin archers just fine, but not the unit I actually wanted to, so go ahead and pull back a little weight on you, and we'll bring Kugath around as well. Keep working to dodge the rockets and everything else coming our way. Oh. Anti-missile's doing, or anti-air's doing very well there. Try to get in. They've got lots of towers targeting our drones. Can actually land them because of the hobgoblin raiders. Oh, excellent damage actually. Dodge that. Keep launching the Death's Heads when you can. That is a duel we are going to have to take. Fire on the Demon Smith, that's a complete waste. Where did all the blunderbuss units go? They come down off the walls, we're safe to move in. Let's go ahead and start sending the Nurglings forward. Love you guys, start taking the walls. Nurglings don't actually have ladders. Just the Plague Bearers. Okay, let's drop some fleshy abundance on our boy here who's dropping the artillery shots. Keep maneuvering. You guys now juke them out. Come on back. You should be way faster than the Dawi's are. Maneuver one more time. Try to dodge that rocket and then drop some more bombs. Spicy one. I'll send you and the Barons of the Bog. Where are they at? Odys, where are you hiding? You guys head around to this other set of gates. Sweet. Let's go ahead and have Kugath proper move in to take down the gatehouse. Things are in ruins up front, but they do have... I don't see... The blunderbuss is up top. That's perfect. Dodge one more time there, and they're gone. Make sure they can't flee very quickly. And then we'll deal with them with the Death's Heads. A lot of damage coming on in from those towers, but hopefully they can make it to the front. Same thing with you there, just move on in. Grunkle. We're chopping down those gates. Cross. Let the Festering Stooges, or the Exalted Plaguebearers, move up. Heals for the front line there. Come on in as well. Go for first the leopard, but they're not in melee, so it wouldn't be all that worth it. Blunderbusses are sitting up to do some serious damage if we're not careful, so let's go ahead and drop in the Stream of Corruption. Try to punish these Hobgoblin mines a little bit. We can bounce it here. Didn't exactly the way I wanted it to, but that'll be alright. Keep moving across there. Blunderbusses don't have a clear line of shot, so as long as we can actually get in to the front here, we're very safe. Except for from the goofballs up front there. A few of them are trying to fire. Come on, grenade boys. I think you can actually get some decent hits. Blunderbusses are starting to try to fire. Really not great. Alright, drones, come on back around. Let's have you actually go ahead and deal with this tower here. We're getting a lot of friendly fire, which is pretty hilarious.
Yes.
As long as the Plague Bearers hit the walls, we are in really good shape. We got too big.
Moving.
The Plague Bearers back with the grenades, and everyone else can start getting up to the walls themselves. Drop down the Spirit Leech on the Demon Smith. He has pretty low health. Take that tower down. Getting through these gates. Actually, pretty soon. And the problem is we're going to need to charge them directly into these Hobgoblin Spear Raiders. So as soon as the Shore Warriors start coming down, we'll have to attack from there too. Last unit, stop those blunderbusses from doing anything. Come back over the top here. And everyone who was attacking the gates, send them right on in. Our Lord, go clap this sorcerer. In fact, slow him on down. Okay, do get the focus fecundity then. That's just fine. Everyone in. We got you two. Talk these wolf raiders. Uncle, let's go ahead and have you fight with... Can you go back up on top? But to find someone. He went up and over the wall pretty quickly there. Yes, we just want all of you to get in. Still chopping. How are you all up to? Not winning the fight with the original raiders, but I think that'll go our way as soon as I can turn the other ones around. Beautiful. Sitting in some explosive Nurglings, although it's closer to the front line here. Oh, we didn't actually get through the gates, did we? I thought we did. We did the goofy thing where they let us through. That Demon Smith is getting messed up. Drop the heals on our Plague Bearers here. As soon as we're through the gates, you guys are in all of the trouble. Drop flies, come on over. Let's go ahead and help out our drones here, so annihilate these blunderbusses. All of these units are now going well around the... Losing leadership, too, which is incredibly goofy. What is going on here? It looks to me
My experiment succeeds.
as though the AI knows about the cheese, and they're trying to keep units trapped and keep them on fire as well. Luckily, the Plague Bearers are up on the walls, overwhelm those Dwarf Warriors. Just gotta keep the other idiots locked in. Are we through the gates, or aren't we? Alright, looks like the gates are down now. Everyone in. Finally.
Nurgle's
Blob fights can commence properly. Half army went around. Terrible stuff. Alright, Black Death, you move through, start chopping on these Hobgoblin archers. Overwhelm this side pretty easily. Let's go ahead and annihilate blunderbusses. That is by far the most important unit. We will go ahead and slow nobody. We need the heals. Especially with the amount of peppering he is receiving. get into combat. Come back this way. That's not working out for you so well.
The perfect play.
Just go ahead and get these plague bears up on the walls then. So we're having to blob our way through. You can drag itself out of the middle of that, but apparently not. Taking all of the extra damage. That's alright. Uncle for Uncle's in here now, so we can drop in his heals. And extra damage as well. That should really help things out. So now that you're free, head on around. Fly is coming over as well. Oh yeah, that's some nonsense. We might be losing our Plague Grinder. Leadership looks to have recovered. Let's slow down this Lord here. You and Frog can deal with them. Keep waddling on through. Bring you on over, drop the load. Gonna need a heal or Plague Hulk. There we are. You guys sit up on top. Just avoid the other Chaos Dwarves that are coming over to face us here. Let's pull them out. Out beyond the walls there. We move in to annihilate this. Looks like we've lost. Hopefully that was a unit of the summonable Nurglings instead of anyone important. Holy, okay, that's enough out of you. We might have blown up a few of our own units just due to Ugath. Ugath coming into melee. You're still not through those gates. SFO, you really want to make sure you are using actual siege equipment. Even siege attackers really are not all that equipped for like, getting through walls very well. For you guys, I'd help out with warriors. Send Fronkel in to start capturing some zones. And now they're going to have to rotate all the way around. We'll bring you... Take you off fire at will. Start blasting these Chaos Dwarf warriors, because we don't need you also blowing up friendlies. Everyone can move together in to take out the last of the Chaos Dwarfs. Their leadership is really pretty impressive. Go ahead and completely surround these fools. You come on over here to just drop off the extra heals. We'll do a single Curse the Leper. All the Nurglings down here at the bottom. You two, stop your smashing of the gates. Just make sure no one else comes back. The leadership might be buckling here finally. Speed things up as they kind of waddle their way over here towards us. We'll use the drones to scout them out. At least since we gave that attack aware, now that there's none of them over there. Runkle. Onward to the final Chaos Dwarves. Got the guys at the wall just fine. Now it's just these idiots who should be good and scared just because of the droning. Come on. Scare them off. We just need a single volley of him and Kugath. Gotta start chucking grenades and that should scare these poor fools off. Speed things on up. And there's the victory. They had to think about it for a little bit. Now they're going to try to flee for their lives. I am going to do my best to run down these Dwarf Warriors just for the extra experience. I'll catch you in a moment. Another decisive victory under our belt. Only 117 loss, so we should be in a really good shape to deal with Razwood now. So we should go ahead and do no looting. This Grand Clean one here has got a sack of goodies. We can go ahead and occupy it. This is our swamp town. Yes, it belonged to us always. And actually fighting with them is going to inadvertently make us friends with Grimgor by quite a bit here. He likes us by a heap of a lot, so we're not going to have to worry about being invaded from the north, hopefully. Of course, he is a greenskin, so chances are he will try to stab us in the back at some point here. We're up to 2,000 golds. Let's go ahead and in on the Grand Duke. I would like to give him the Demon Spew, but we are only able to actually recruit in 4 total ROR units, and I'd like to get the Festering Stooges for Kugath himself. So, Grand Duke just gets normal Forsaken instead. Now that we are at war with all of the dragons at once, let's go ahead and sprint as quickly as we can over to the Knobbly Gorge. Indeed. We can take a look at the Winds of Magic. Is this a thing? Okay, so they're much better down here. Oh, there's lots of winds over in Drasowith's area. Okay, so let's get rid of all of the overlays back to ownership. I mean, this army's still here and we have just waddled into range. Yoy, the Grand Duke might be in trouble again. Keep making all these excellent decisions. Okay, well, skill points for Kugath. And we should have gained ourselves another 1 and 2 Plaguefather's Oration, which drops ammunition by 25%. Sold. Nurgle's speeches rot their ammunition. Definitely going to switch that over for the Talisman of Endurance, because I think we're definitely going to use the Opal Amulet on the Grand Duke. Gives him some defense and a activatable 30% resistance. Far more than just 8. I don't want to have one more activatable. A whole bunch for that Corrupted Swamp Town, but it is just tier 1. So we might grab that in a moment, because we start off every new settlement we claim with 2 extra growth. 2 extra population points. Let's snag the cultist camp here to start.
Nurgle's chosen.
See if Drasowith has a response for us. Out on the open field, he's in a lot of trouble. For Nurgle corruption, does the Big Barter need it? Oh yeah, it absolutely does. Drop in the Blessings of Nurgle here. Give us a little bit more resistances as well. Fighting Drasowith's army. That works out wonderfully. And then, I'm thinking we need to drop in a Plague Cultist. It cost 100. So we could just infect, not Pig Barter. Oh, it does actually infect Pig Barter itself. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and drop down the Ox for some more growth. Spread these plagues around forcibly. And more growth over here at Dreadrock, since we have a plenty of extra infections. Also cycle time for military buildings. That sounds beautiful. Oh, we don't have the 200. Oh, we just have to do it in a turn. I will wait. Any kind of deals to be made after stabbing everyone in the back?
The over-tyrant.
Nope. Time to just weather the storm. Let's see. Franklin and Marienburg are now one state. An absolute sigh of relief when Grimgor went up north instead of attacking the Grand Duke. So we're just going to bring him over to set up in the Knobbly Gorge, recruit up as many troops as you can, and get ready to invade, or at least start raiding over here. The western provinces have so many enemies right now, they're likely not going to be able to focus on us. Hopefully we can keep it that way. Let's snag in the Plague Toads here. Probably want some more Plague Bearers as well. Drasowith is camped out. Ruins End. Let's see if we can't try any sneaky maneuvers to... Why are we taking attrition? You're telling me that Nurgle takes swamp attrition?
We bring Grandfather's.
I don't even know how that makes sense. So, how do we can't go into a... We can go into an ambush. We're just going to take a little bit of attrition. Which, is that worth it? Perhaps. If they come on over here towards us, it absolutely is. Let's come on into Dreadrock. We'll go ahead and infect it with the pox. It also gives us cycle time reduction. Thank you. I mean, seeing the plague icon at least gives me some hope that it might spread around, but it so far hasn't been the case. So let's do one turn of ambush. Can we do better ambush chance anywhere? On the Delta? Come on. Percent over here. It's kind of wishy-washy. All the way.
March on.
The icon was gone for a moment. Come on, then. I just want reinforcements coming in that I can use as a shield. There we go. 50% is better than 45. Alright, Now let's go on and see what Drowsworth tries here. Now we're much better at ambushing, and we'll zoom the map in so I can actually see what's going on here. Out 1. Perfect. Ambush was foiled. Oh, that must be why he fled into the hillside then. Ravenous tadpoles, most rot-eater spawn are idly popped and drunk by passing plague bearers, but the fastest and hungriest survive to become wondrous nightmares. Extra speed and an additional bonus for large for our plague toads. And our pox riders as well. We now need to raid Hanyu Port. We'll gain 1600 favor and a little bit more. We do it in 6 turns. Oh, hang on now. The plagues are starting to actually move around again? He receives one. It might be a Skaven plague, which would be not so great. Now it looks like Pox has spread back to him, which is perfect. Let's press onward then. Can we get out of this horrible territory? If we come over here, do we do any replenishing? Even if not, we could set up a lovely trap. No replenishment. I think that's just fine.
My new play is
points for just you. Missile resistance, or we could go for something a bit more dangerous, like a blight boil to explode lines of the enemy. I am tempted to send him out to Ruins End just to steal some tech. He can reach though. So we'd be able to sitting a turn without our hero, which sounds horrible. Over to the Grand Duke, see if we can spread some plague to him. We don't necessarily need the violent spasms here, so let's just go ahead and throw on the Pox once more. We're speeding on along towards the Roxium. He's been infected. We'll bring him out of the province and then back in. Maybe that gives it a better chance to be infected? Question mark? Or can we channel and actually make some magic back? Grief, we're struggling in terms of magic. Alright, back into the gorge. Hold the line for now, my friend. We'll do so with just the army you have for now. The dragons show up with a huge armada, we'll be in pretty rough shape. Alright. Technology. Or secondary tier here, extra replenishment rate for the Tumorous Squirt. Experience for Plague Bearers. Pestilence system makes plagues last longer. Probably a good idea since we aren't going to be having as much plagues spreading around, at least if it's still bugged. We are fighting Zeech just yet. So let's go for the Contagious Horde, which will also increase how our level for our normal Swords and Heroes.
Grandfather's children.
No deals, no peace, only war. And in that aim, I think we definitely want to give Grand Duke more troops. Even after saying we weren't. So Plague Bearers for you, Grand Duke. Enjoy. Oh, Drowsworth. So our ambush foiled. Oh, so he must have spotted us, but then decided not to attack, so now he's stuck here. You poor fool. Bolt manifests in Norden. That's obviously the most important thing here, then. Growth and immune to attrition. Diplomatic relations with NURGLE'S factions, and we get lots of extra infections per turn. Let's go for this one. Plague Cult Shelter. Since Nurgle controls the area, it should allow us to rack up infections without even having to fight battles, which is great. Now we get to annihilate Drowsworth. Samuth that got actually the skill points there, so we'll come on in. Let's give him the Blade Master after so long. Alright, Drowsworth. Are you ready for your doom? Where are you going? Come back here and accept your doom. He's gonna have the Dreadquake. Inside the Black Fortress, he'll have the Dreadquake to keep him protected, which is going to be a little bit terrifying. We could take the opportunity to come down here and sack the Ruins End. Or we could go for yet another ambush. Let's see. Yes. No, he doesn't have the Dreadquake. Did you destroy the building? You start with it as Drazowith. He's got the 2 Infernal Castellans to deal with, and then a whole bunch of Blunderbuss. We can have our artillery weaken them on the way over, especially since they're not going to be behind the walls. Ooh, we have some lovely choke points to force them between. We don't want them to come through the woods here, so let's kind of force them between this, whatever these 2 blockers are. Let's butcher us some Dawizar. So it looks like it was just this bit of vile awful and this little cliff. Sounds good to me. So we're going to go ahead and set up the Nurglings in the front. Love them to force the enemy to come around. These guys are going to be taking the most fighting. Still want to try to force the enemy up and through. So Nurglings here and here. These 2 positions as well. Drazowith not having any in terms of artillery is great. I'm going to leave these guys here as a sacrificial pawn. We'll have hounds hide anywhere over here. No, they're far too large. Horse size hounds can't hide anywhere. Throw in the actual Taliban and then grenade chuckers behind them. Guild holding down the middle. Have you hunting down Drazowith, because you should be able to destroy him in a one-on-one fight. We just have to watch out for the blunderbuss units. Runkle up front. Evan getting everyone healed, and then we'll have Bill here. Plague Hulk off to the side as well. Barons and the Beasts just kind of in the back waiting to engage once the enemy gets a little bit closer. We don't want them getting annihilated by blunderbusses. You guys also back in the back here. Send them in once things are a bit more spicy. A bit more hand-to-hand as well. The boys minus the Black Death. Perfect. Get this thing started. You just immediately start blasting into those blunderbuss units. You do the same. Scoot on forward and let's shoot into the kind of the middle of them all. Have Kevin waddle on it up, and everyone else kind of take aggressive positions as well. You two move on to about here. It's wonderful. Get them around the sacrificial pawns. We'll keep them worried about our hounds. Do for a wombo combo here. Dropping the curse of a shoot on our Nurglings. Beautiful usage of that. The explosions are so accurate. Oh, it's amazing to see. You leave them alone. You're sweet and they've done nothing to nobody. Bring these butchers around. Go for it. Go ahead and surround this Castellan. I don't mind charging in here and giving them a little bit of poison. They're going to try to brace. And I'm going to say no to any of that. They've got some poison drop down on them. Keep moving around here. Looks like some of the sneaky gits are in. And the boys. Sneaky gits. Trying to move up and engage the shield wall. Chopping through these idiots. Move up so you can drop the plague through both lines there, and we'll have some off. Keep dueling with them. Fighting the Wolf Raiders for now, which is not what I prefer. Melee duel there. Going on in, we'll drop the Spirit Leech on Drazowith. Down, so he's going absolutely nowhere. Nurglings are taking a pretty big wallop. We did expect such. Baron's Paw, go ahead and annihilate these poor fools. They actually got caught in the melee. They just want to pull them away. We can have them chase down these foolish hounds here. Melee defense, drop in the Nurgling Tide, and we'll have our healer, wherever he might be. Lovely Blight Boil. Where are all these shotgun lads? They're going for the point-blank shotgun shots, which are working out for them. Need to bring the Barons of the Bog around. Blight Boil is growing, and that's going to be a lot of dead. Always are. Through the line to deal with the Blunderbuss, though. Let's drop the Locust of Hundity in here. Actually bring the beasts in to do some damage. The Nurglings have been taken out. The dwarves on the backside are getting whooped on. Draswith himself is fleeing for the hills. I'll have you drop in your heals like I wanted you initially to. It's like most of the Chaos Dwarves are fleeing. So the guys inside the woods there. Oh, do we get a crash? Awesome. Managed to recover. Maybe. Shouldn't say anything at all here. Oh, good. For some reason, we are in PowerPoint mode. Come on, lads, you can do it. The Exalted Hero trying to lead that charge there. Come on through. If we can actually finish the battle out. Doesn't seem to want us to defeat Draswith here, and I understand. He's quite the pillar of the game. I'm gonna go ahead and skip to the end of this one. If it is a crash, you are probably never gonna see this battle. Alright, and we're back, and a decisive victory is in the bag. We did lose 2 of our Nurglings. I'm not really sure what was going on there, turning everything into a PowerPoint, but all you really missed was the death of these 2 Castellans. All we had to do is charge our blob on over, and that was that. So we'll take this victory, and we'll go ahead and incubate these captives as well. It's a lot of gold. Gold it is. All in Nugath's name. The towers. We actually gain more income from all of our settlement buildings, and a little bit more missile resistance for Kugath, which is great. We continue our momentum onward to the Black Fortress. How well is it defended? Boy, it's not at all. That's dangerous because now we're exposing ourselves to Imbric, but if we could just claim the Black Fortress, or sack it and flee, also free. Let's go for
that disease.
channel, or we could go for an ambush. I think we should channel so we can stay above the threshold that lowers our leadership replenishment rate and overall resistances. Go into channeling stance, and we come into Ruin's End instead of staying in Black Fortress, just in case they are building up the nuke building. Back here, we could throw in the Tomb at Hollow, or absolutely nothing at Dreadrock. Not for quite a while, at least. Take the Haunted Forest up to Tier 3, then. That way we can get the landmark building here. Or we can... it's just too late for that one. Grab Big Barter after. Since it is a recent acquisition and it's pretty on the edge of the enemy territory. Duke, we will give you more troops in the next turn here. Let's go ahead and come on through and end our turn. Curious, anything else they have for me besides? Nay, nothing at all. We'll save up the infections for just dropping the growth on Big Barter or something such. I'd like to be able to add the violent spasms as well, so we shall wait. Oh, we have intercepted Nabua Azagor. You fool. Mushed into nothing. Barons of the Bog screwing it. The kills there. Go ahead and num eat him up. Hit just like chicken nuggets with extra iron, and they flee away from the Black Fortress. Well, Don't mind if I do. What we're going to do then is charge directly towards them and sack the settlement. Ugath has the Fiend Moon. Mora's sleeve grows full, casting its sickly green light across the land. My lord's children rejoice. Contagion thrives under Chaos Moon's cold shoulder shadow. This is a little bit of a limit on the wound. If there's no plague spreading, we have the occasional one that'll come on over to Ugath and get our hopes up for no reason. Let's go ahead and sit for a turn into Indian camp stance. Retreat back into Big Border. We could grab those festering stooges, which would be great. Let's go to encamp, and we'll just come on down and threaten a Ruin's End first. Deadeye for Ugath. Or Lord of Stench. Upkeep production for Great Unclean Ones faction-wide, and then Slime Trail for Great Unclean Ones. Dropping melee attack by 10 and 25% less speed. And then just constant casualty replenishment. Lord of Stench is the way.
This will infect so many.
I think so too. We're going to take this area up to the Tomb at Hollow because I'd like the landmark building in sooner rather than later. And it does look like the... Send some Stewart out for scouting. Chow G hanging out. We can drop in the extra corruption here. Control drop. See what's going on. He has to soul here. So I thought we were able to steal technology with you. The answer to that question is a hefty no. You just are going to hang out as a scout for now. Meanwhile, we cannot afford any upgrades to the Grand Duke's army, so we're going to go ahead and keep on through. Take a look at our diplomacy. We're still very low. We stabbed a good friend right in the back. What's funny, though, is I think the disciples of Ashut like us quite a bit for what we've done. So even though we have made an enemy with a Legion, we can still eventually probably get some blunderbuss units. 13 settlements. We do not want to make Drazwoth mad, or Astrogoth mad. At least not yet.
I dream of decay.
Remove his scalp. Or remove his scaled grip. That might be projection. Capture Chiang. Right on the edge of our territory. Shouldn't be too big a deal. Sir Stuart, let's stay in friendly territory. I just wanted you to be a scout. Keep control positive here. Lovely. Keep positive 1 or 3 instead of just 2. On a chorus, we can go ahead and grab the post for animals. Doesn't actually do anything for us though at the moment because we can't afford that many heroes. Alright, let's just move our big old selves down here and crush Ruin's End. Look at the defenders. Nothing too serious. Stomp them on out. Whole bunch of slaves. And we could go ahead and sack the settlement for a bit of gold. Stinky is now flying around on himself a horrifying helicopter. We'll move on in and take down the Ruin's Grip. The Ruin's End here. And more infections sounds great. We can kind of stamp out any rebellions. The problem is they may be able to attack Big Barter first. So we'll wait. Yes, the control of 3 provinces. 10 infections, a talisman of endurance, and some more favor. Which is fantastic. And then it is time to, we'll go ahead and come on over and grab you the magical reserves. We definitely need to make sure we are building up magic eventually. In the high tier, we get extra movement range and then even more melee defense. Things we need the most. So let's give you additional melee defense. This is 1 plus resistance up to 5%. Give him up to 10% total resistance. Let's just go for the hard to hit. Raise his defense by a whopping 3. We'll grab ourselves the Festering Stooges here, so we've got all of the ROR units we're going to be allowed to have.
Only the most.
Or maybe not. We're just counting this up for no reason. In which case, we'll grab the other one for these guys very soon. Blade Rock deserves to go up to tier 2. We've got lots of building slots available. When Emmerich comes on over to face us. Hello, Emmerich. Your army's entirely made up of archers. Got a Sun Dragon as well, that's fair enough. Make sure we have plenty of troops to face you with. Then another unit of the Plague Toads sounds great.
Submit to my research.
Got no choice. The battle with Emmerich should be an excellent one, but for now, I'm going to be out of time for today. I have been at Space Wizard Total War. Remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the subathon. I'll see you on the next one.